Hey, today we're going to be making a quinoa vegetable melange mix, just a nice little salad that you can eat cold and just have it in a Tupperware, whether you're at lunch or just at the park or just hanging out or just don't feel like cooking, and just yum 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 and have some eats really easily, and hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is super simple. All we're going to be using is some quinoa. Quinoa is quite cheap. This was about $6 give or take, but this will double in size. This will last you a really long time, and it's super easy to cook. It's very similar to rice. We're just using some Italian dressing. You can always use balsamic or anything that you think will probably work well on this. These are really convenient. Diced vegetable mix. This is about $2.50 for the entire thing. We obviously won't be using all of it, but it's got, carrots, celery, red peppers, onions. We are going to cook this, but I think raw this would still be good. And speaking of raw, not everyone loves red onion. I don't know about you guys. I do like it, so we're going to finally dice this up and use it in our quinoa. But that's pretty much all we're going to need. So we don't have to boil our water. We can add the quinoa in cold, but we're just getting it warmed up while we can. As always, beautiful, scenic, rainy day parking lot. That's where most of van life cooking takes place. Welcome to my kitchen. So quinoa is pretty simple. It's just about ratios. 1 cup of quinoa to about 2 cups of water. We're going to eyeball it because I don't happen to have a measuring cup. And if you use the Uncle Roger method, I think we're going to add more, but basically a fingernail should do it. Maybe a bit more. If you do use too much water, you can just cook it a little while longer. It will absorb. You'll see how much this expands. It's crazy. Not to keep saying quinoa every 2 seconds, but some people do rinse their quinoa. I don't really care. Fun tip about quinoa and rice: if you do rinse it, save that water. It is full of nutrients and it will make your plants super happy. This dude's doing pretty well. I got him a cutting from a job I used to work at. He's in the stuff, it's called leca. They're really happy in it. And yeah, we top him up, we give him a happy little home. So our solar batteries are toast. These dudes are super handy, even if you have a solar system. Just because of the rain we've had for the past few days, I don't have much power. I can't even run my little baby lights with my super sketch wiring. But thankfully this dude comes in handy. This has saved me many, many times. Anyways, so that is now our light source. Half an onion, because a little goes a long way. Our quinoa is cooking with our super high-tech plate on the way method. This is just a low simmer with the lid on. We've separated the veggies we're going to use, and we're pretty much ready to rock and roll once this stuff cooks. I feel like I'm in the 80s with those giant VHS camcorders that you had to lug around with the light attached to them. See what I mean? Quinoa cooks up pretty well. It's doubled and then some in size. We're going to keep it covered, let a little bit of the moisture go off, and then we'll set it aside to cool, and then quickly cook up our veggies. So that's just off the side. We're going to give that about 5 minutes to rest and just absorb the rest of that water, and then fluff it. We're heating up our pan. I just remembered I had a cucumber, so that's going to be nice to dice it up and have just extra veggies, some texture and flavor. All right, sizzle time. These are frozen. They cook fairly quickly. We're not going to cook the crap out of them. We're just going to get them a little bit of browned and add them into our quinoa once it's ready. One quick caveat about cucumbers. They're great, but if you are planning on leaving this in the fridge and not eating it for more than, I'd say, 2 or 3 days, leave them out, because while delicious, they are the first thing to get soggy, and they can be a little unpleasant if you leave them for a bit. Otherwise, if you're going to eat this in the next few days, they're super tasty. And this is how your quinoa should look. Look at that. Nice and fluffy, light, soft. I believe quinoa is one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. It is full of protein and fiber, which is why we're not really adding a protein to this. You are free to add, tuna, chicken, ham, swordfish, Oompa Loompa, whatever you're into. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so our little veggies are just cooked enough to soften them up a bit. A little bit of brown on them. We're not going to cook them completely. We've moved to a bigger pot. You can use just any bowl, any container. This is going to be called our Get to Know Each Other bucket. This is where everyone's going to get to know each other, become friends, and then we're going to eat them tragically, because that's how life works. And I apologize, I cannot for the life of me find my tripod, so we're doing this all one-handed. Let's see if we can make this happen without spilling any. This is my favorite part of any cooking videos, when they use the Okay. And they always say that you taste things first with your eyes, and that's why we're adding this color. It does add a lot of flavor, texture, but just look at how that pops. I love the red onion for that reason alone. We're going to add our dressing. Remember, you can always add more, you can never take away, so just go easy at first. And then we're going to add some black pepper for some piece de resistance. Again, see, I can do this one-handed. I pre-ground some. If not, we can fix this in editing. All right, that did not work, but yeah, we have a little bit of ground pepper. You can add paprika, cumin, onion, salt. This is your food. Make it however you want. Rules are there, you know, recipes, they're a guide. So, gonna mix this up. And then the heat as well will soften up some of the raw vegetables and just make them a little bit more easy to eat. And there we go. A nice little quinoa salad. This is going to be great for a snack. We're going to let it cool down because I like it cool. You can eat it hot, but that's just personal preference. And thank you for joining me. I'm still new to this, filming in general and filming in an RV, especially one with questionable light sources. But thanks for joining me. And if you like this, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know anything else you want to cook with. You have partial ingredients? Let's try and make a meal out of that.